All right, everybody, welcome back to Beans No Ball. The season is finally here, 1 week down out of 18. And I mean, hey, it's just 1 week. Is it overreactions? Do we already know what the great teams are going to be? I mean, let's just figure it out. Let's just hop straight to it. Christian, your Cowboys opened up the season against the Super Bowl champion Eagles, and we have a lot to talk about in this one, so let's just get straight to it.
Yeah, honestly, look, the game was there, the final drive, but unfortunately, the CD drops. That's what cost the game. He was having himself a game. I mean, he went for plus 100. He became the second youngest player to reach 500 reception in the game. But that's going to be overlooked at because of the crucial drops in the fourth quarter on that game-winning drive
Of course.
there too. But other than the
But
loss, I
I
did
don't
see a
mean to
lot of
cut
good
you off.
things.
But I mean, if we're just gonna talk about CD, that too. I mean, he was in the facility.
He was,
He's
yeah,
the
he was
only
the only
one
one there. He
Friday
was
in
on
the
the jugs.
facility.
He was
Working the
working.
jugs
Yeah.
machine. I mean, he's taking all his accountability, which is nice to see for him.
Yeah, yeah, it's great to see, and obviously being one of the leaders on the Cowboys, you love to see it. But I saw a lot of great things on Schottenheimer's debut. One of the big things was the motion plays. 42% of the plays they ran motion, and that's exactly what the Cowboys did not do last season with McCarthy. It's a really big step up. The pass game opened up, and you really like to see Dak was really comfortable in the pocket. And big O line. This O line's new. You get Tyler Brooker in there, who had a phenomenal debut there. The O line committed one penalty. Cowboys are very notorious for committing penalties on the O line. Six total pressures and zero sacks. This O line really held its game against a very phenomenal front seven of the Philadelphia Eagles, and without Jalen Carter. So that with Jalen Carter could have been a
Let's
bigger
just get
threat,
into
but
Jalen Carter. I mean, hey,
yeah,
Dak, the D1 instigator, man.
he did instigate him, man. But get that thug Jalen Carter out of my game there too. But this offense looked phenomenal against the Eagles. I mean, Dak did great. Javonte Williams had a decent game on the run game. Anything more? The defense, the pass rush is gonna need a lot of work though, especially on the rush attack. We're gonna struggle against mobile quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts ran for 2 touchdowns against us. We can't stop the rush attack. Saquon was getting it going, although in the second half, Saquon was held to very, very minimal yardage there too. And then Kenny Clark, big step up in the run game. So really love to see it there too. Diggs and Bland, they played phenomenal. You could say all you want on the pass game, whether or not because the rush game was going with the Philadelphia Eagles. AJ Brown had a 0% separation rate against Trayvon Diggs. That to me is a win on Trayvon's side. And Bland, same thing with Devonta Smith
Yeah, if I
holding
could
them
just
out
say, I
too.
mean, overall, I mean, you're hitting all the points, right? But I mean, I
Yeah.
think let's just be honest. I think a lot of us were wrong about this Cowboys defense. And
hmm
specifically, we're looking at this Eagles game. I mean,
Yeah.
what was the stats? Obviously, AJ Brown had like what, like a
He had zero
target or two.
targets. I
Yeah,
mean, he had a target,
exactly,
zero yards. Devonta
exactly.
had a
No,
couple
no
yards
targets
there
for
too.
him.
Yeah,
Devontae, I mean, he got me like less than 2 points in fantasy. So, I
yeah.
mean, they held this formidable Eagles wide receiver room to pretty much nothing. And obviously, like you said, Saquon was held to 46 yards, so or
Mhm.
44 yards, something like that. I mean, I'll be the first to say too. I mean, I really expected the Eagles offense to just run wild on your Cowboys, but I mean, we're gonna see that this team isn't as much as a pushover, and maybe it was just a good start for them, and maybe it's also, if we're looking at the other side of the ball, a product of one of the best defensive players in football not being in the game. But I mean,
Mhm.
Cowboys looked all right. And one thing more too, I do want to say about this Eagles defense. Sure, you don't have Jalen Carter, but my defensive rookie of the year, Jihad Campbell, had a phenomenal game. I'm really excited to see him keep going for the rest of the week. And Zach Bond continuing what he did last season, being a defensive player of the year candidate. He's showing that wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, honestly, this Eagles team it's still gonna look great on there too. But Jalen Hurts, he's gonna have to step up in the pass game. That's the
Absolutely.
one thing I've had with Jalen Hurts last season was the pass game. He had some great games in the pass game last season where he did step up, but now he's gonna really need to improve. His legs can only take him so far. Other than my Cowboys, it's really just the defense and the pass rush that I'm really, really skeptical about. Secondary is perfect. His offense is looking phenomenal. But that's really our weak spot coming into the season now.
Yeah, but let's move it. I mean, we said we were gonna keep it close, especially with the Cowboys games. But yeah, I mean, we'll move it into the Sao Paulo game. I mean, I was at work. I had to miss most of this one, but I mean, we look into the little bit of studying I did up on this game, and I mean, hey, like I said, the Open. It's just week one, but damn, did Herbert look good, man. I mean, and I know I literally just in the preview I started saying how I'm getting ready to hop off this Herbert bandwagon. That Mr. Hypothetical is just, I mean, disappointing year in and year out. But 300 yards, 3 touchdowns against this Chiefs defense, which they were having fits. We saw Tranquil and Jones really arguing on the sideline. A lot of mishaps for this Chiefs defense. Let's be honest. But the only other thing you look on the other side is you win by 6 points against the Chiefs, who, I mean, didn't have Pacheco, didn't have Worthy, which Scary injury for him, but he should be able to come back this season if they're avoiding a season-ending surgery. But I mean, look, let's just pump the brakes on this whole the Chiefs are starting their downfall and everything. They're still gonna be ready, and they do have a really important task against the Eagles next week.
I mean, yeah, Mahomes. I mean, he was doing. Look, we keep mentioning Mahomes. He's gonna have that magic in him. He's gonna do what it takes to bring this team back there too. Obviously, with where they're probably gonna be out a couple weeks there, it's gonna be up to Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster to be a really big step up into this receiving core. They had a great job. Excuse me, not. Yeah, they had a great shot in there. Hollywood Brown. He did go for 99 yards on 10 catches. Juju, he also had a pretty okay there too, but the run game was completely non-existent. I mean, there's no reason why Mahomes should be the leading rusher with 57 yards and Pacheco only getting 5 carries. That's not going to happen. I understand maybe the rush game wasn't going to look too great, but you're going to have to keep that run game going. And for sure, Pacheco coming back, you want to get him used to that run game after that injury. 5 carries is not going to get you guys anywhere. Mahomes started a phenomenal game, 250 yards and a touchdown. But that run game, there's no reason Mahomes should be their leading rusher there too. And for the Chargers, yeah, Herbert, he looked great. But I don't want to push the buttons on too yet there too. And then Omarion Hampton, like I mentioned, as one of the rookies. I mean, for his debut, he looked okay in the run game. I'm going to expect a lot more from him.
Also, let's give some props to Quentin Johnston. I mean, obviously the flack that he gets in this
79 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I know it's not just us. I know it's not just us, but damn, he gets some flack from us, and a phenomenal game for him. Also, one of the main points that I made about the Chargers in that season preview, the loss of Rashawn Slater, I expected that to be huge. Moving Joe Alt over works seamlessly. Obviously, I expected that absence to be huge, but I mean, we see obviously the stats that Herbert put up, and like you said, the stuff that Hampton was able to put up in his debut. Didn't look like Slater is going to be too much of an absence as for now, but we'll see how it keeps going throughout the season.
Yeah, but now moving on to another division game with the Bucks and the Falcons, and this one honestly, it was a closer game than I expected, and I really want to give my props to Penix. I mean, 298 yards and a touchdown for his season for the week 1 opener. He carried this offense too. I mean, you're looking at the run game. Bijan and Algier, they combined for 48 yards total. So that running game was completely non-existent, but Bijan, he did contribute a lot to the pass game, along with Pitts and London, they all attributed 50-plus yards there too. But the run game really needed help Penix there too, right? This Bucks defense, you saw last season, this Bucks defense was a really big liability, specifically on the run game, and them costing them games there too. But this time, the Bucks defense, they came in clutch when they really needed to be, and Baker doing what he does best. I mean, 167 yards, but 3 touchdowns. All those are really great. Same with the Falcons. That run game's going to need to improve. Bucky Irvin, we expect a lot from him this season, especially having a phenomenal rookie year.
Yeah,
we're going to need a lot from him.
No. I'll let you go on.
Yeah, but other than that too, I mean, yeah, same thing. This defense, it looked great. There were obviously some mishaps. They had some costly mistakes that on defense that did almost cost them the game there too. But they're just really fortunate that Younghoe Koo missed that field goal late in the game to tie it.
Exactly, and I mean, I'm just looking at specifically on the Bucks side ball. Honestly, you look at, like you said, I mean, sure, he had those 3 touchdowns, but only 167 yards for Baker. Him having to be the leading rusher, despite obviously having Bucky, which he still got some decent points on fantasy, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Receiving was a rough game. Just overall, offensively, not the greatest stuff, but like I said, the defense is what really carried this win for the Buccaneers. And I mean, honestly, I mean, like I know, like you said, you had him in fantasy, Michael Penix. I mean, shout out to him.
I had him on my bench.
Exactly. I mean, a phenomenal game overall, and again, it's just on their side. It's like you said, Younghoe Koo, the defense not being able to get those timely stops. And I mean, honestly, it's an ugly win for Tampa. I mean, we're both not expecting the Falcons to be that great, and to see them struggle like this, it was a little alarming, especially the stats they put up. But I mean, we'll eventually wait and see if they can are able to bounce back from this. But again, like,
I mean, I got Atlanta at my 7th seed. Don't forget that.
No, you're right. I'm just looking at my personal take for the Falcons.
Okay.
No, I said both, but it is just me. Yeah. But I mean, look, we'll see which one of us is right for that one. But we'll look into another divisional game here with the Bengals and the Browns, and this one is just weird to me, man. I mean, it's just it was pretty late in the game. The Browns obviously, not that late, just late in the third quarter. Browns were able to keep the leg up on the Bengals, and it's just one of the main things that stands out to me. I mean, I know it's only 16 points, but this Al Golden defense really isn't calling at me like it really started calling out at you earlier in this. I mean, I don't know.
Like you said, And like you said, it's just week one. It is
I
just
know,
week
but
one.
hey, we gotta overreact. We gotta. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you know,
It
your
is
team
just
wins,
week
you're gonna
one,
say get
right?
ready for the Super
But when
Bowl.
you really look at it, the main reason the Bengals won late in this game was because of this defense
Yes, I
towards the late in the
will. I
game.
will give you
The
that.
pass rush was looking great, getting the pressure on
Was.
Flacco with two clutch interceptions from Turner and
But again,
Jordan
it's Joe
Battle.
Flacco.
To yeah, sorry, Joe Flacco. Excuse me. I mean,
No, no, no.
you're
You
looking
got
at
it right. I'm saying it's just Joe
oh
Flacco.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, the defense came when it really needed it. Like I said, two big interceptions from Turner and Jordan Battle that really kind of pretty much sealed the game there too. Both these teams, they're playing great defensive battles. I mean, Joe Burrow, he got held to 113 yards, and then Jason Higgins, they were an offensive liability. They literally could not get anything going. Same for the Browns. I mean, the offense, sure, they're there too, but they outgained the Bengals 327 yards to 141 yards in total yardage, and the Bengals still managed to win this game. I mean, look at the record aside there too, but the Browns were putting up numbers against this Bengals team, but the Bengals defense outgoed and he just locked in towards the end there too. And two crucial kicks missed by Andre Sissons in the second half, a field goal and a PAT that cost them 4 points. Could have potentially made the game closer there too, but this Bengals offense was really a big shocker. And to anyone who had AJ Brown and Chase on their fantasy teams, I am so sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as much as I want to dog on the Browns. Maybe I should walk
Yeah.
it back a little just because of that defense. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
only thing that you really do look at. I mean, yeah, the Bengals didn't give up as many points, and yeah, they're playing that great of a defense. So there's those things that you do have to look at it. I mean, hey, I think the most important thing that we really have to look at, the Bengals started 0-1 this season. I mean 1-0 this season. What's it been? I mean, literally the entirety of Zach Taylor's tenure in Cincinnati, they start 0-1. So, I mean, maybe this is a sign of okay. I mean, yeah, sure, they've been in the playoffs most years, but last year obviously was a major disappointment for Cincy.
Yeah.
Now we see, if they're able to, start getting rid of those old demons, it's a good start for Cincy to maybe actually get back in that playoff picture, and maybe we'll see if Al Golden keeps this up for the rest of the season. But I think this is our first disagreement of the season that we'll get into here with the Dolphins and the
yeah.
Colts. And
This is
Christian, what were
disgusting.
you doing?
This was disgusting. I'm literally, we're like, it's Sunday. I'm in the newsroom. We're getting what we need to go to deadline, and I just see Tua throw the first pick. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is disgusting. I mean, 114 total yards, a touchdown, and two interceptions. I mean, the whole offense was just horrendous. I mean, Hill and Waddle combining for 70 yards, and then this Dolphins defense allowed, mind you, to this Danny Dimes led Colts team
Don't you
418 total
disrespect
yards.
Indiana Jones?
I'm going to disrespect all I
It's
want.
Indiana
I am
Jones.
going to
He's leading the Colts.
disrespect
I was
all
wrong
I
about the
want.
Colts. He's leading them
I
to
was
the
wrong.
playoffs.
I am still on that Anthony Richards
My
train.
God.
Watch in a couple weeks from now when Daniel Jones finally realizes that New York did not leave him. Anthony Richards is going to take him to the promised land. But I'm obviously not going to take away credit from Daniel Jones. I mean, 272 yards and a touchdown, followed along by a really great run game from Jonathan Taylor. And Pittman finally getting some action too with the touchdown at 80 yards. I mean, this whole offense was rolling. Tyler Warren making his debut, 76 yards. I mean, this whole offense was really rolling against this Dolphins team. And then a really great defensive debut from the Colts, the new defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo. I mean, like I said, offense was really, they were just all pushed there. And then really the big thing, 480 yards total by the Colts against this Dolphins team. I mean, it's week one. A lot of surprises happened in week one, and this is definitely one of my biggest
One of the
ones.
majors. I mean, not a surprise to me. I mean, I'm expecting the Dolphins to be pretty bad. I mean, sure, I don't
Yeah.
have the greatest hopes for the Colts either, but I mean, I expected a Colts win. I didn't expect it to be this bad. But also, let's not gloss over this. The Colts' first week one win since 2013, since obviously the Andrew Luck years. So, I mean, big accomplishment for them, and maybe signs to come. But I mean, we both have this agreement. We're not expecting the greatest stuff. But this one was a shocker for us going into this next one. The Raiders and the Patriots. I mean, shout out to all the new faces in Vegas, with obviously
Yeah.
Pete Carroll becoming the oldest head coach in NFL history, Ashton Genty's NFL debut, which I was walking back the Genty hype, and I mean I'm eating my words right here. I mean, he played phenomenally. I mean, if you took him in the first round, then congrats to you. I was wrong. I mean, Genty's looking phenomenal right here.
I mean, yeah, too. And I mean, Gino too. I mean, he put up another phenomenal performance. I mean, he touchdown interception just 362 yards. This whole offense was really rolling. Brock Bowers is continuing to show why he's the top tight end in the league. He did suffer a knee injury in the game. I did not see if he did return, but I'd say this, just like everyone else, I would, it's still gonna be monitored there too. That's gonna be a huge loss on that offense. Jacoby Myers requested a trade not that long ago. He gets 97 yards. I mean, this whole offense is really going against this Patriots team. I mean, and then Devin White, who they picked up this offseason on defense, 11 total tackles in his debut. I mean, this whole defense, both sides of the ball were looking phenomenal there too. Drake May with the Patriots, like I said, I'm not really too on this Patriots team. Drake May, for the most part, he did what he could. It's going to take a lot of development for Drake May. Trayvon Henderson's debut at running back, only 27 yards. He did lead the running backs, but that's not really a big sign when 27 yards is the most on the run game there too. And then, like I mentioned, with the receiving core, with this Patriots team, Stephon Diggs, the veteran present, he's going to need to be a big step for this receiving end. And like I said, Kayshon Boutte, he did pick up 130 yards, picking up the load for this receiving core. I mean, like we said, it is week one, but with this Patriots team, specifically on that offense, it's going to take so much. And for the Raiders, phenomenal game by Gino.
You just need those faces to actually start showing out. And I mean, like you said, I mean, especially that veteran present. I expected Diggs to kind of be that mentorship like he did for Josh Allen early on in his career. And we're obviously not seeing that here. Like I said, it's week one, but from what we expect the Raiders to be this season, it's not really the right signs you're trying to see. But I mean, again, I mean, let's wait until a couple more weeks out in the season to really be able to determine that. And let's get into, I mean, one of those random week one matchups, the Cardinals against the Saints. And I mean, honestly, hey, for what it's worth, I mean,
it was a tense game towards the end. It was a very tense game towards the end with the Saints driving.
Actually, away from the game, but I mean, some putrid uniform by the Saints. If I'm gonna say, I mean, just absolutely disgusting. But I mean, look, I mean, this is the same kind of thing. I mean, you look at Kyler's stats in this game, only 163 yards. I mean, he did get those 2 touchdowns, but pretty efficient game, going 21 for 29. And I think one of the main things, I mean, only 71 yards, but Marvin Harrison Jr. was definitely a really strong factor into this game. On the defensive side of the ball, Will Johnson Jr. was like a 4th or 5th round pick.
He's a rookie.
I mean, who knows how he ended up falling all the way back down. That's going to be one of the steals of the draft if this keeps going. But I think the major glaring thing we have to look at Arizona is outside of Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride, only 10 catches and 31 yards for the rest of the pass catchers. Kyler Murray really has to start spreading the ball around because, I mean, sure, this worked against the Saints, but you go against better competition, especially in this NFC West, that's not going to fly.
Yeah, this whole offense needs to get clicking there, too. I mean, same with Trey Benson. It's his second year. I was really high on him last season. I mean, 69 yards. Really decent on the run game there, too. I mean, you look at Kyler, sure, 163 yards, but when it really mattered the most, the connection between him and Marvin Harrison, it's going to heat up very early on, and it's going to be a very huge factor, let alone with the defense led by Budda Baker. I mean, 10 total tackles, and like you said, Will Johnson, how bad he fell there too. But I mean, it is the Saints team, but it is week one, and a lot of things are really cooking up with this. But I mean, Rattler now after this game, he's 0-7 in starts since last year. It's not looking good whatsoever. Kamara on the run game, 45 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it's a very close matchup, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, the Saints team, like I said, we're not really high on it. But as for the Cardinals, it's going to be a very competitive NFC this year. And Kyler, he's going to need to start cooking up, really improving for this offense. And now moving on to probably one of the best games of the week, and it's the Steelers and the Jets.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. That's why I specifically said one of the best games. But I mean, two former quarterbacks from the opposite teams facing each other, and the Steelers might want to eat my words, but Rodgers definitely did not look washed in this game. 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 83 yards of going to DK. That connection is really nice, heating up. Calvin Austin solidifying himself as a receiver too, who I really was high on coming into the season. 7 yards and a touchdown. I mean, everyone in his offense was really cooking there too. But again, it's weird seeing the two, the winning teams are getting outscored by their opponent. I mean, they're outscored by the Jets 271 yards compared to 271 yards the Steelers to the Jets 394. It's just funny to see me there too. But when it really matters the most, Rodgers, he did help this offense, and he really drove down there too. And this is a very young offensive line as well. They did have some struggles. They allowed 4 sacks. The pass protection really wasn't all there from that Jets pass rush. But a lot of great things for the Jets. I mean, Fields debuted 218 yards, 1 touchdown, really ground the rush attack with 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. So regardless what Fields is, he's improving on the pass game, and you love to see it. He's still a dominant threat in the run game. Wilson, the connection between him and Fields, it's going to cook up a lot. You're going to see it there too.
that connection back from college at Ohio
Yeah.
State. You know, you finally reunite.
Mhm.
That was one of the main reasons you bring Justin Fields into this Jets team. And I mean,
Mhm.
it wasn't like world breaking, obviously. It didn't crack 100
Yeah.
yards. It was just that 95 on 7 catches. But
And a touchdown.
that touchdown
Yeah.
just brought the exact nostalgia
Mhm.
of, I mean, I don't know you remember watching these Ohio State teams, but that was just picture perfect, the same type of stuff that we saw in those bowl games between these two games, or back when they would cook up Michigan. Just, I mean, honestly, great looks for them too. Obviously, also Brees Hall, you know, not getting into the end zone, but you know, it's nice to see him also crack that 100
Yeah.
yard mark in under 20 carries. So, I mean, it wasn't a win, obviously. I mean, you ran into a, you know, I mean, it was just, you just ran into a shootout and Aaron Rodgers on a
Yeah.
great day. But I mean, 32 points against, let's be honest, a pretty solid Steelers defense. I mean,
And they
you
allowed
have
one
them.
sack. This young line allowed one sack there too. So that's a nice sign to see from this Jets whole line.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I know you have them as a 7 seed. I was close to projecting
Yeah.
them into the playoffs, but I had them dropping back down just a little bit. I mean, this is great signs for Jets fans, and even honestly, even for Steelers fans. I mean, like you already ran into all that other stuff. Maybe you really wish that run game to really start
Yeah.
improving a little more. But I mean, the pass game, it's just pass game and the defense is stuff that you really do feel good about going into, you know, as we start seeing everything progress. But let's go into the Giants and the Commanders. And
Oh boy.
yeah, I mean, not too much that you really wanna say too much, but I mean, hey, Jaden Daniels, I expected a bit of a regression, but we weren't gonna see too much of a regression against this Giants defense. I mean, maybe if Abdul Carter could have been a real game wrecker, if Burns could have really done something. And I mean, Burns did get his piece. Don't get me wrong with those 2 sacks, but I mean, main thing too, I mean, Jaden Daniels just still getting his 233 yards, only one touchdown, sure, but I mean, not the most efficient game, only about 60-ish% on his completion percentage. But I mean, main thing that I'm looking at on their stat sheet, Debo Samuel. I mean, I was expecting this guy to be the bust of the season of
That's what I was talking about. I mean, he decided not to be washed this game, 77 yards with a rush touchdown. I mean, sure, like, look, we're gonna keep saying it's just week one, guys, but I mean, he was a big factor coming into this Commanders offense.
Yeah, I mean,
there,
look,
too. And
it's
then,
just week one, but you got to
yeah,
talk about it.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
That's true. And then followed on with the rookie running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Marriott, 82 yards and a touchdown in his debut. So this Commanders rush attack, it's gonna be something to look at coming into this season. I was gonna pick up Krosky in our fantasy, gonna give him a chance, and he got snagged
you
like
do
that,
know,
unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he earlier on in the season he was like a
Yeah.
phenomenal waiver wire. I mean, before the season started, but
hmm
literally by the time we were drafting 1 week out of the season, I mean, he was literally a mid-round draft pick, so forget that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, he had a phenomenal debut in the run game there too. So this Commanders team, it's gonna be a great job on the run game. Gonna really help Daniels in the pass game if Debo could step up. We're gonna need to see Terry McLaurin. He's also gonna have to be a huge factor. It can't be one of those like, I have a good game here, bad game there, mid game there. Let me have a couple good games right there. It's gonna have to be very
Yeah,
consistent.
you had that huge holdout, all that situation. You're gonna do
exactly.
all that. You better show out.
Exactly. And with the Giants, Wilson's already confirmed to be the starter next week into the Cowboys. It's only a
Mhm.
matter of time until Dable actually wakes up and starts Jackson Dart. Because
I don't think so, man. I mean, if we're being completely honest, I mean, they gave Russell Wilson this opportunity.
Yeah.
It's his to lose. Either he plays himself out of it, or I mean,
Yeah.
or you know, God forbid, injury. But I mean, look,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart is obviously the future. He is gonna get his chance to shine eventually. But I mean, right now, I mean, this isn't no win now situation for Washington for New York. They're giving the keys to Russell Wilson right now. But I mean, he's doing what he can with this. I mean, the stats aren't really shouting out at you, but I mean, he got neighbors the ball as best as he could. So I mean, that's all you really need at this point.
Yeah, like I said, it's only a matter of time. Moving on with the Panthers and the Jaguars, and Bryce Young, he's continuing to struggle. He's really continuing to struggle. We're really
coming,
hoping
guys.
for Bryce Young.
The bounce back's
We're really
coming for
hoping-
Bryce Young, guys. I'm telling you, this
We're really
is
hoping
year.
for Bryce. We're really hoping for Bryce, but I mean, this whole offense, I mean, you're looking at it, there's really nothing flashy. This Jaguars defense was really cooking up a lot of things on there. Too. And then, former Cowboy, he did secure an interception. Jordan Lewis God, I miss you so much. Along with Fayasade Olukin, they both got interceptions. Well, this defense is really putting up stuff there too. And then ETN out of nowhere finally decides to come out of the blue and have a great game for himself. Again, I had him on my fantasy bench. He drops 143 yards. He drops like 22 points. Like just out of the blue. I don't know what's going on. It's a weird week there too. And then Trevor Lawrence, he's very consistent in the pocket. Great game, 170 yards, a touchdown with an interception. So the offense and defense, they're looking great. Although 11 penalties for 93 yards for this Jaguars team. So obviously the discipline, it's not all there, and they're gonna have to clean that up. Obviously coming into the stretch. But really great game for the Jaguars over this Panthers team. And Ted in his debut, 68 yards, nothing too shabby. But I really saw nothing flashy from this offense. Bryce Young, he's looking the same to me, and unfortunately, I don't like to see that. But it's kind of started drawing us some questions, and it's already Bryce's third year, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, year three for
yeah,
Bryce.
it's already his third year for Bryce. We're not seeing a lot. There's still so many questions.
Look, but I'm gonna roll it back just like you said for these other ones. It is just week one. I mean,
Yep.
I'm also really high on the Jaguars too, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm gonna say, oh, he did this against like the Saints. That would have been a real issue. But I mean, look, we'll wait and see. I mean, see what the Panthers can have in store. Another good task against the Cardinals next week, so we'll see how it ends up happening for them. But I think the main thing too, I mean, seeing Travis Hunter, actually get that opportunity to play both sides of the ball. I mean,
He did record a tackle.
heard it from Cohen.
He did record a tackle on defense.
Exactly. I mean, I really would have wished to see him more involved in that receiving game, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're gonna work him in, and I mean, sure, it might be what they say, like 60% of snaps at this point, but they do expect him by the end of the season to be a roughly every down back, maybe not on both sides of the ball fully, but I mean, they expect him to have that big part. But let's move it into the Titans and the Broncos. I mean, hey, we expected this result, but I think the Broncos offense. I think the Broncos offense really left a little more to be desired. I mean, sure. I mean, Bo Nix. I mean, he had his moments, he had his flashes, but I mean, the Broncos defense, which is what we expect.
I mean, both defenses played phenomenal, but I mean, when it really mattered the most, the Broncos defense did step up. I mean, the Titan defense, they were forcing turnovers. They were getting to the off. I mean, they 2 interceptions off Bo Nix. This Titans team was doing a lot.
I mean, who expected the Titans defense to do this?
I mean, they put up again against this, very good Broncos team. I mean, Ward only had 112 in his debut. This offense, again, it really wasn't clicking. The running game with Pollard really wasn't showing out other than 60 yards. But it was a really bad offensive performance. I mean, 2 and 14 on third down. This O-line allowed 6 sacks. The defense, they really did all they could. Joey Slye was literally their main guy on the game, 4 for 4 on field goals, which was their only points of the game was with Joey Slye.
That stems to the real issue with this team.
Yeah.
Because Cam Ward looked good. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Cam Ward did what he could. I mean, let's see his wide receiver play. I mean, Tony Pollard's 129-yard reception led the team. Let's start with that. I mean, we saw Cam Ward's dad in the stands. I mean, he was going through it. He was struggling. He knows his son needs some wide receiver help. And, maybe it's not this season that they're going to be all that serious about getting him that help. But, I mean, if Tennessee wants to keep Cam Ward because he looks like a decent talent, like we said, it's just week one, but he did show out from what he had to do. I mean, Calvin Ridley is not going to cut it. For some reason, I started him on my fantasy team, so I'm going to have to hit that waiver wire really quick. But, I mean, Tennessee just needs to get him another weapon, man.
Yeah, look, I mentioned that, and it's that, and you bring in Tyler Lockett, but I mean, he's a vet, great, but he's washed. This receiving core, it's not gonna help. This receiving core is not gonna have Cam Ward whatsoever. And when we see the defense put a performance like this against a pretty good Broncos team, that's gonna draw some questions. They could be literally the Patriots from last season. Defense is coming up big for them, but this offense cannot produce. This front office, they're going to have to mix up weapons with some offensive threats. Now, moving it on back to the NFC West, the Niners and the Seahawks. And this was another game. And, I mean, Brock Purdy, again, week one, but I'm going to be even numbers with Brock Purdy. He looked phenomenal. He looked pretty okay. I mean, 277 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. And this started mixing 4-0 at Lumen Field. So, undefeated at the Seahawks Stadium. But this offense, I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. McCaffrey, he was questionable with the calf injury. Still recorded 68 yards, 73 receiving yards. So he was very active in both the rush and the pass game. And the receiving core, one of the big things I mentioned for the Nets coming into the season, who's going to be the main guy to step up for this receiving core to be one of the main weapons for Purdy? And that guy was Ricky Pearsall, 108 yards. You love to see it. Maybe Parasol finally making a name for himself. And his defense coming up big. I mean, Nick Bosa on the final drive really pushing the O-line towards Sam Darnold, forcing that strip fumble to really ice the game for the Niners. So this defense, it's looking good. Saleh once again making his debut back again with the DC. Allowed 3.2 yards of carry to the Seahawks on the rush game. This defense is going to look great again. The Niners, Purdy, he's just going to have to contain the ball. And this Niners, it's not dangerous. They're looking good. But, obviously, we still want to look on the bad things there.
We want to look on the other side. I mean, with Seattle,
yeah,
all the hype. And, realistically, where did all that hype? Every season, we see some crazy hype for Seattle. And, this time, for Sam Darnold, which I understand, obviously, everything he had last season. But, he lost his juice out of Kevin O'Connell. And again, we're not going to overreact yet, but, we're kind of just going to tell it how it is. Only 150 yards. And this defense isn't world breaking either. Sure, like you said, Nick Bosa.
They did show out though. They did show out. They forced two fumbles on JSN. They recovered one, 2 interceptions on Purdy.
But my thing is, this happened on this Niners defense because Seattle's the one that had the main struggles.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go back to it. 150 yards for him. The run game too. You get Charbonnet to lead them. Would expect a lot more out of the names eluding the other Seahawks running back. Kenneth Walker, absolute no-show in this game. And the only one
he had a very slow. I think he was less than 30 yards rushing.
Exactly.
No, less than 30 yards rushing. Charbonnet picked up the load. Jason, like I mentioned before,
Jason is the only one that came ready to play.
He's gonna be the main guy on this team. He made a majority. He literally was the majority of Darnold's passing yards. He was the only guy on the receiver and making a big step up. Unfortunately, the turnover with the fumble loss was a really big play there too. But this defense, I've always been high on the Seahawks defense for the past couple of years. It's a very young core, specifically their secondary. They showed out. They did what they could, but the offense was just not producing what it could. And then Cooper Kupp, another veteran presence by his side, only 15 yards. Maybe this injury is catching up to him.
You think. Realistically, we saw it catching up since last season. And I could have told you, I was telling everyone, he's not going to be that difference maker to be along Sam Darnold's side. But, say it's just week 1, but, you're going to see a lot more of this in Seattle. But, another disagreement here with the Lions and the Packers. And, 13-27 win for the Packers. And honestly, it wasn't as close as that result. The Packers absolutely dominated in this game. Sure, the Lions ended up making it a little sweeter down the stretch. But, phenomenal game for Jordan Love, who, it might not look at specifically on that score, on that stat sheet. If anything, you really look at it, you can make the argument Goff played better than him. But, just overall, just in those 2 touchdowns and in his, just overall, just a showing of efficiency and something that we just look at in general with this Packers team. They spread the ball around with all the receivers, and this time it was Romeo Doubs, only the 2 receptions that turned into 68 yards. But obviously, he did what he could with that, and Josh Jacobs.
The run game was still great too.
Slow, a pretty slow run game overall, but Josh Jacobs obviously getting into the end zone, which would end up mattering.
Yeah, honestly, look, you used to mention the run game was slow. Yes, for the most part it was, but for the most part, they really did what they could. Pass game was really there too. 66 yards, 1 rush to, maybe, yes, you could have expected more, but this defense was just really coming up strong. Michael was making such a huge difference on the pressures, recorded a sack late in the game there too, was really giving the momentum for this Packers team. Josh Jacobs, he made history, 9 straight games with a touchdown. That's a Packers franchise record. But this defense, you're getting pressure to the Lions. They only allowed 246 total yards to this whole Lions team, and everything's really going around with this Packers team. The front 7, the secondary, really holding out the receiving. It was just a poor receiving core to start the game. Amon-Ra and Jemo getting shut out, Laporta being their main guy with 79 yards, and this O-line really struggling with 4 sacks allowed to this Packers team. You don't like to see the Lions.
When you lose 2 of your main guys, and obviously, obviously your offensive coordinator, a lot of those struggles are going to be a lot more.
We're probably going to see. Ben Johnson, he's a very great mind, and losing him really starts to show the Lions were nothing without him. But this Packers team is gonna look scary. This win makes it the 13th consecutive home win since Miami's from 1976 to 88. Getting a little clicky with the stats there, but this is a very, very scary Packers team looking into the season.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, let's get into my game here with the Texans and the Rams. I was obviously they're live at SoFi for kickoff, and
Mhm.
I mean, honestly, I mean, not the prettiest game, sure. I mean, only 9-14. Just honestly, the defense is showed out, and I'm gonna give my props obviously on for the Texans side. Danielle Hunter, great game, and honestly, I forget his first name, but Lassiter, obviously the a phenomenal game, just getting tackle after tackle, really keeping the that secondary at bay. But and I'm just gonna I gotta show the props to the Rams. The Rams defense, I mean, just rattle off the stats. I mean, getting 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 7 QB hits on Stroud. I mean, Stroud had no
And three
time to
sacks.
work with. I know, I already hit on that.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're good. Obviously, a phenomenal interception by Kobe Durant, and I mean that forced fumble at the end to save this game. Nate Landman, huge acquisition from the Falcons. I mean, obviously we didn't talk too much about that acquisition on this channel since we weren't really talking about this when we got him. But I mean, Christian, I would tell you at times, Landman's gonna be a huge part of this linebacking core, and I mean, sure enough, week one right away, he's making his impact felt. I mean, we're only having him on a 1 year deal, so we'll see how that ends up working out. But I mean, I'm just, you got to look at it. This defense is as good as advertised. Offensive side, I mean, sure, you only score 14 points, could have expected a little better. I mean, the Rams were driving, but that fumble that led to that late chance that the Texans did end up having is what kind of ended up skewing this. But Puka Nacua, back to his regular schedule programming, 10 receptions, 130 yards. Playing through that head injury, obviously got that cut open, was sounding like a concussion, but I'm pretty sure it was just that cut. I mean, just overall, I mean, a phenomenal look for him. I mean, he was kind of the only real showing. I mean, Kyren Williams got into the end zone, but again, only 66 yards. It's the same kind of issues. I mean, honestly, an identical stat line to Josh Jacobs for the Packers in that other game. But I mean, the main thing, I guess, if you want to get into, I mean, CJ Stroud, those struggles from the second half of last season just seem to be carrying over.
Yeah, I just like I mean this whole offense is like you mentioned, like this whole offense is like the pass game was like near non-existent. I mean, receiving ended, so I mean, look, Jaden Higgins 32 yards in his debut. I believe he
32.
was yeah, I believe
And
he
you're leading
was
the team.
yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, he was leading the team in receiving with 32. And then Kyle Fairburn being their only points, 3 field goals, 9 points. I mean, this and then same thing with the run game. I mean, Nick Chubb had 60 yards, but I mean, aside from the box score, I mean, the run game was pretty much non-existent as well. Both defense were playing phenomenal, and both securing 3 sacks. Defense did all they could for the Texans, and then big thing too, Derek Stingley with the hip injury. I mean, that's gonna be a big loss. My
That's a
defensive player of the year.
DPOY.
Yeah, that's my DPOY. So that's gonna be
Hey,
a really big
both
thing to monitor
of
coming
our
into this week.
DPOYs
Yeah,
took a
yeah.
hit for one reason or another this
Yeah,
week.
yeah, exactly. But that's gonna be a really big hit to that Texans secondary, and it's probably gonna be one of the bigger loss. Is gonna be the biggest loss on that defense. Yeah, you got Will Anderson on the pass rush, but that secondary side losing Will Anderson being one of your main guys, it's gonna take a huge hit. But this offense from the CJ Stroud, he's gonna have to regroup after this one. But moving on to the Sunday night with the best game of the season and Josh Allen continuing to show why he is the MVP, coming back late in the game, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns in the past game with some rushing touchdowns. I mean, you love to see against this Ravens team. I mean, let's just get one thing straight. Your Ravens, they're up 2 possessions and completely abandoned the
Let's not
pass
forget,
game.
it was 40-25 with 4 minutes
40 to
left.
20, yeah, exactly, right? But even before that, earlier, in the couple drives before, you're abandoning John Harbaugh. Why? Like, I don't know why they're abandoning the pass game. You see the Bills, they really had a hard time stopping along with the rush game. You keep fitting it off to Henry, and then that crucial fumble that was just a momentum changer to help the Bills lead there, too. I mean, you're looking at this, too. Run game, Cook, 44 yards and a touchdown. Keon Coleman finally bringing out his name on the receiving end, 112 yards and a touchdown. Shakir making some big plays towards the end with the connection from Allen. But, I mean, they're really coming back late, and then obviously the 2 clutch pass, the 32-yard pass and the 25-yard pass later in the game to Josh Palmer and Coleman to set up the Matt Prater game-winning field goal. 497 total yards in this comeback. I mean, Allen is showing why he was the MVP last season, and he's showing why he's up there as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. The Ravens, they just need to finish out games. Last season, they couldn't finish out games. Even the season before that, they just cannot finish out games. And the coaching, it's on the coach and it's on Harbaugh to fix that. You cannot rely on Derek Henry. Yes, he had a monster game. 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. But that fumble, you're going to rely on Henry to run out the clock. You're going to rely on him to do everything. I get that yellow top back. But that
Especially
fumble and rely on everything
in that
it just,
spot.
no.
I mean, you see,
Yeah.
first off, you know your defense is gassed. At that point,
Yeah.
your defense had already given up 32 points by that point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like you know your defense is gassed. Give them a break. Let them actually, try to. And I understand the logic of it. I mean, yeah, you want to give them a break by running the ball and not letting the clock stop on on the passes, but. I don't know. I mean, John Harbaugh can only run off of that one Super Bowl ring for so long, and I mean, let's be honest. If these poor decisions keep going as long as they have and as often as they have, I wouldn't be surprised if he's already going to end up on the hot seat by mid-season.
It's just like look, they just need to finish games. That's the issue. Like with the coaching with Harbaugh. You're up big, especially with a couple minutes left to end the game. You got it if you know how to finish out games. And one of the big things. If the pass game is working and it's really getting to the Bills, like because the pass game was the big factor for the Ravens here, other than the ground game. The Bills couldn't stop the pass game, completely abandoning that throughout the second half. And you see what ended up happening: the game-changing fumble on Henry, and then Allen coming back to do what he does best. You just can't have that. You absolutely is just like look. I keep going back and forth, but this Ravens team, they're going to need to finish games if they want to finish up on top of the North.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, not much more to say. I mean, I think actually the one thing that I can say too, just to close that out, I mean, as much as, it was fun to see these offenses, the struggle of these defenses is just one of the things that I hate to be the guy that always ends up bringing the Chiefs back into this, but these defenses are probably one of the main reasons that I struggle to see either of these two teams getting over the Chiefs in the playoffs. And it's something that we're going to have to keep keeping tabs on as the season goes on. But let's get into the game that just wrapped up when we started recording this Monday nighter. It was one last disagreement. And Christian, you finally got one over me for this week.
JJ McCarthy has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. He has arrived. Very slow first half, but look, I'll let you go, but very slow first half. But he picked it up where he mattered.
Forget slow first half, awful first half, awful first 2.5 quarters.
Everything in the half.
But honestly, and this is something that the broadcast said, literally right up until that pick six. That I mean, let's just also be honest. That horrible pick six. I mean, he draped right over Jettas. I mean,
former Cowboy Nashawn Wright,
and no reason to throw that ball in that situation. Yep. Horrible decision on JJ. But right after that, I mean, everything just completely regrouped. I mean, you could tell right when they came back. That's exactly when this comeback started. A complete 15-point swing to end up going back up 3 on the Bears, and honestly did not.
I mean, at one point in the third, I believe in the third. I mean, the Bears just couldn't. No, not the third. In the fourth, like mid towards the fourth. I mean, the whole Bears offense just.
I mean, it just ended up until that second to last drive when I mean, sure, Caleb had that nice run. He had another good throw. Did throw that stupid hospital ball to DJ Moore, which we'll monitor that.
Before that scoring drive, they only put up 3 points, and then they had just a horrible showing on third down. I think it was 2-13, 2-14 on third down since those 3 points. Someone's like that stat line can get fact checked up until that that scoring drive, but I mean. The Brian Flores defense from the Vikings really picked it up in the second half, holding the Bears to just those 3 points, like I said, before that scoring drive. And then Caleb Williams, like we said, his passing ability, missing big throws to DJ Moore that were a game, excuse me, those big throws that he missed to DJ Moore, late in the game was really costing him. He wasn't getting his throws down. He was doing too much, trying to escape the pressure, but. Like I said, Brian Flores, he was cooking it up on that defense, and it really worked out for the best of them. JJ McCarthy, those rookie mistakes in that horrible first half, he learned from it really quick, and he put that team on his back. That connection with him and Justin Jefferson, it may have been slow, but believe me, it's gonna cook up. And McCarthy it's only a matter of time, and he's just gonna keep continuing to develop. But it's a very nice show. And then the Bears, they just keep making it on the wrong side of the history. They still continue to have the worst stat line in the past couple of years against the NFC North. Now making it 3 and I believe 14, something around there. I could pick up the stat once again there too, but really bad showing for the Bears, especially in this division if they even want to have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't have too much more to add there. I mean, my first piece obviously was kind of the main thing. I mean, the only thing I could really add on, and to the hardship of the Bears, I mean, the struggles continue for Caleb Williams' accuracy. I mean,
Yep.
even when they were up and when it looked like they had this game just in the bag and ready, I mean, he was overthrowing on third and fourth downs. I remember at least three of these different situations, either throwing it behind receiver, overthrowing. I mean, some relatively elementary plays that you just really expect at least Caleb Williams to be able to make
Yeah.
those throws. And I don't know, you still see a lot of those struggles that came around early in last season, but I mean, we'll see what Ben Johnson can do to try to fix that for him, see what they can end up fixing from here on out. But that wraps up 1 week, 1 out of 18 weeks. We got 17 more of these to go, and then obviously we'll have the playoffs. And I mean, Christian, let's just before we go, let's take one quick look at our at 1 week of our weekly game picks. And I mean, hey, you saved yourself with this Monday nighter. I mean, getting
I did.
one in on those disagreements. You're
I
only
did.
back 3-1. I had 12-4. You had 10-6. So hey, I mean, you talk about all your struggles
Same
in week
buzzard.
1 for the most part. 10
It,
right?
it,
10 right ain't
it's,
bad.
it's an ongoing occurrence with me, fantasy wise, and just everything. I, I get unlucky, like something with me in week 1. Like there's like some like personal beef I
I
have
went
with
0
week
1
1.
on both. Actually, yeah, I'm the same
Yeah.
with you. At least
Yeah.
fantasy wise, I never start 1-0.
Yeah, it's yeah, same. We never start. I never start one. I never start 1-0 on fantasy. I always get something bad luck. Parlays don't hit week 1. I think I went like 0 for 8 on parlays. It was not a good week for me. Don't get me wrong, but thankfully it was free money, so I really didn't lose anything. But it just wasn't a good week for me week 1. And it's a weird personal beef with me. I don't know why. It's always, and even with the Cowboys, I'm very superstitious when it comes to the Cowboys week 1, because for some reason every time we start 1-0, our season goes into shambles. We start 0-1 and we have a good regular season, but the cycle still continues in the playoffs where we just shat the bucket. Like
Well,
I'm getting
with the
it-
Cowboys, I mean,
it's
there's always
it-
going to be
it-
that cycle in the playoffs.
it's so yeah, it's the same thing, but like I always get it's always the week 1 superstitions. I mean, same like with 2021, Dak coming back from his injury. We have a great game against the Bucks, and they have a good season all along, but it's just weird. Week 1's just weird. Like I don't know what kind of weird spirits week 1 has,
But then again,
but it's definitely weird.
like we're always saying, it's just week 1.
It's just week
And at
1.
the end
Like
of
yeah,
the day,
it's just
Even
week 1.
if you're the Saints this season, it's just week 1. I mean, anyone
Okay, well,
still.
well,
But at the end of the
there's,
day-
there's an
At the
extent.
end of the day,
We
no,
draw a line
I know I'm
somewhere.
pushing
We
it.
draw a
I'm
line
pushing it
somewhere.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some disappointments and there's obviously been a lot
Yeah.
of surprises, but I mean, we'll wait and see. I mean, next season we start learning a lot. Next week we start learning a lot more about where these teams are headed, and by week 3, that's when we can really start making our real takes. So, I mean, let's just wait and see. We'll be very excited to see how that goes. And actually, Christian, we have a big announcement for our next episode. As I'll let you take this one.
Yep. So our show got approved for our school's radio station. So Beans No Ball will be going to Titan Radio for now on, starting next week. We have the orientation on Wednesday, so we're gonna see the step up. So right now, what the plan is right now is we're gonna keep it pre-recorded. We're gonna keep our Jesus Christ, I'm like losing words. We're gonna keep our schedule, and we're gonna
Everything's
keep,
gonna stay the same.
Everything's gonna stay the same.
As
right,
for
with the videos getting
YouTube
up.
viewers and
Yeah,
now that
everything's
we're on
gonna stay.
Spotify, those
Everything's
kind
gonna
of
stay.
things.
Yeah, everything's gonna stay the same. Depending when the video gets uploaded, either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. We're gonna have this pre-recorded onto the radio station, so you can't have time making on YouTube. If you missed the upload, it's gonna be live streamed on Titan Radio Wednesday at I believe 8 to 9 p.m. It's gonna be pre-recorded, live streamed, but then the video, our regular 1 week video, it's gonna be up as well there too. We're just doing a lot to incorporate as much as we can right now. We're gonna have a busy year. We're starting off strong, but it's really good to see there too. But that's just the biggest announcement we have right now. But as of right now, everything's gonna stay the same. It was just that one big major update that we had.
And of course, I mean, we'll be completely honest, this video ran a lot longer than we probably
Yeah.
expected to. We'll clean it up as it goes
Yep.
throughout the season. I mean, hey, it's our first real video getting back into it since the Super Bowl, let's be honest. So, I mean, we'll get this cleaned up. Let's try to shoot for like 40. I mean, between 30 and 40 if we're being completely honest. But yeah,
We're shooting for 10. We're gonna shoot for 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 seconds per game. I think we got it
That's
covered.
that's
Yeah,
that's
but
too much. That's 10 seconds still too much.
nah, you're right. You're right. But I mean, yeah, we'll have this stuff cleaned up by the time it's on time radio. I would
Yeah.
hope, or at least around that time. And I mean, like I said, I mean, obviously, thank you guys for watching. Hope you like and subscribe, and be sure to check us out on all platforms that will be available, obviously, as our new one hits next week. But we will see you guys back for the week 2 recap.